Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again. Three not so wise men talking wrestling. It's your boy, you can't see, it's CT. We got our boy Audi on the screen, and we got our boy Chris Hans. And we are talking about everything that's going on in the WWE and AEW. Like, not a lot. There's not a lot to talk about, but there's still a lot to talk about. So let's just get into it. Guys, how are you doing, and where are we going to be starting?
Okay, I just want to get this out of the way. I ain't talking about nothing about that the medium scrum day, unless CM Punk is fired, because that's the only news that matters right now. So
FTR is better than Young Bucks. Young Bucks are ducking FTR. That's all I'm going to say.
There we go. They even got suspended, so they ain't have to.
Damn, saw the point of duck the FTR.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, let's get into some of the big news in WWE. Survivor Series, ladies and gentlemen.
War games.
That's what it is now. Because I don't even think we're gonna call it Survivor Series anymore. It's just gonna be called War Games.
Too many War Games, yeah. I'd be down for that.
Yeah. And that's Triple H said that it's, there's a change coming, and he's got
a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it is.
Yes, it is. But he said that he's getting rid of the brand warfare, which is kind of interesting that they still created the design to be red and blue for Survivor Series. He just stamped on War Games like, fuck that. But so that in of itself is a monumental change, because for so long we done had where it was just fucking the brand, and we had a draft that was before the brand.
The show, it made no sense.
Made no sense. And when I thought it was a great idea when he started, when he said that he's postponing the draft. He might postpone it indefinitely, seeing how this goes. Even though he did say he's not people that are on SmackDown are still going to be on SmackDown. People that are on Raw are still going to be on Raw. But that don't mean that they're not going to be interchangeable. So that's a big thing. I thought that was a big thing. But now he changed the entire scope of Survivor Series. And that in of itself is an historical feat. I am intrigued for the first time in a long time on what's going to happen on Survivor Series. Because man, it's just been bad wrestling. Except for the year where it was when it looked like NXT did their invasion. That was cool.
2017, I think it was. Woo!
I think it was 2018. Oh, wait, was it? Because
it was when they were all trapped in Saudi Arabia.
I think that was either 18 or 19, because I believe I was still I was traveling between Dallas and Detroit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might have been 18 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Survivor Series are good. I'm just glad we're getting the War Games match.
I'm hit or miss about it, just because War Games, like with the Elimination Chamber, War Games, Money in the Bank, all the gimmick matches, they stopped making like sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The more like you do it every year, it means less. There we go. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you really want to know how they should have done Survivor Series, go ahead and look at our tweets. I still think I have it pinned on mine about how they should have just made the Survivor Series like mean something with the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Like they still could have done that. Like that's why I'm like, whatever. At least it's something new.
Yeah.
I mean, Triple H even said that it's going to be not brand versus brand based, but it's going to be part of a storyline.
Yeah, so he might be adding it towards the Royal Rumble, but the only thing that's different from what you would be saying is that it's brand versus brand. Now it's going to be story based on whatever's going on, whether it's tag champions, whether it's Royal Rumble, whether it's WrestleMania, what that does for them. So
look, we all know that the War Games is going to be the Bloodline versus everybody that they've screwed over for the heavyweight title.
now, I'm not familiar because this is the casual fan part. I am not familiar with War Games. What is the whole basis of that?
Okay. So there's 2 rings, 2 cages, kind of like blood and guts.
Okay.
So
Blood and Guts is like War Games.
Yeah. Blood and Guts is War Games came first. Basically, it's kind of like it's supposed to be a blow-off match, really. So it's like 5 people. One team got the advantage. Usually they both teams they got them like in a cage up on the stage. So like team that got the advantage, they first come out first and they alternate after that. But 2 people start the match, one from each team. Then the person after a time limit comes out from the advantage team. And then you can't win. The match actually doesn't officially start till everybody is in the ring. So all 10 guys.
Basically, when you saw the one Blood and Guts, you basically know what War Games is.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And he said there was supposed to be 2 War Game matches, right?
Yep.
Yeah, one for the men, one for the women.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah.
They did that in NXT, so it makes sense.
So that's why Roman Reigns was like, guts. Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah. So he used to make the announcement for War Games.
Yeah, I remember seeing compilations of him just doing War Games. Every time he was saying, War Games. It was entertaining, especially seeing how people pop for it.
Yeah, this will be the first one. Where he ain't gonna say it. I think Triple H should put the pressure though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to good old boy Watch, but I'm still like a sucker for the old school Survivor Series matches. If it would have made sense, instead of like, since they weren't doing the draft till quote unquote after Survivor Series, I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense, because for the longest time they would do the draft, people would be there for a hot second. He's like, yo, I have no brand loyalty. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I just got here.
But now that they decided not to do it, I was like, okay, now they can have a little quote unquote brand loyalty. If they would, I don't know, the survivors, that team, fuck it, whatever. I'm just going around and stuff.
We know what you're saying. And yeah, it would definitely, it would have been more intriguing. I won't say more intriguing, but once I heard that the draft was postponed, I was a little more excited about the whole Survivor Series, just because there's a story between, Roman wrestling himself, or the fact that since he's the champion, there will be instead of him going against somebody, he would have to choose who he wants to be the captain of the Survivor Series. And you can see
Sami Zayn!
Yeah, no, Sami would be champion if there was captain if there was another champion, so he could be in that match. But I think that Survivor Series would have been more like entertaining if it was like, all right, this is what's going on. I'm going to be captain of a brand. I'll decide, and then he'll just let his whole bloodline be on one brand, and then last minute, so they couldn't even pick who's going to be the other team, and so everything would have been like crazy for the week before Survivor Series. So that would have been it could have been a funny, intriguing story. When and if he would have lost, Sami would have taken the pin, and that would have added on to the story.
Yep.
It's like it could have went several different ways, but I mean, he could still do I'm the captain of this team, and Drew McIntyre becomes the captain of the other team, and it's bloodline versus whoever.
Everybody who they fucked over from winning the title.
So that would be
Drew McIntyre,
Kevin Owens,
Seth Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins. And this would add into the story of him trying to go for the championship. And yeah, that would make sense.
No spoilers.
Yeah, they did screw over Matt Riddle. Then it would be Matt Riddle and Seth Owens on the same. Seth Rollins on the same team, trying to figure out how they're going to mesh with that because they got beef. Oh, that is. I can see why they would not do brand versus brand because of that. Because now, if they don't have the brand, Drew McIntyre can recruit all of the people that was.
Oh, and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, and her. Like it could be. Yeah, I mean, you know.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Let's think about it. Rock actually being on a team and he doesn't have to do all of the work and you still get that name. So you get that pop. When he gets into a hot tag against Roman Reigns, that'll be that pop there. When everybody gets a shot at getting a pop when they're in the ring with Roman Reigns. Let it be, you know.
Oh, there's no tagging in War Games.
Yeah, see. That would have been the only thing. Like if he would have kept it the original way, and that would have been it. That would have been so. Oh, but now chaos with Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle.
Ooh, but Brock Lesnar being the last one to come out at War Games.
Yeah.
That pop would be crazy.
And he's not in the cage. Yeah, he does. No one knows who the fifth participant is. All of a sudden,
Paul, you listening?
I'm clipping this and I'm sending this to fucking Triple H. We tweeting this. Yep. Yeah. So we're gonna go with that. Yeah. So, dang, my shit just keep cutting off.
Yeah. Speaking of other stuff they brought up out of NXT, they just announced last night Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle in a fight pit at Extreme Rules.
Ooh.
It's only been 2 fight pit matches, if I remember right. And Matt Riddle.
No, because Owen Hart and Steve Blackman did a pit match.
Well, I mean, NXT. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's great because now that is a match that hasn't been overdone. So now that brings for the people of the Attitude Era brings a little sense of nostalgia. The NXT people get excited because it's fresh in their mind, and it adds something extreme to the Extreme Rules.
Yeah, finally. Ordinary Rules.
Yeah.
Premium live event.
Yeah, so that's cool. But the one thing that I do wish that he didn't say so close to Extreme Rules is that blood is banned. Period. Like,
yeah.
That is something that I feel is for Extreme Rules. The whole idea starting off was for it to kind of be extremely violent.
Yeah, like ECW.
So, yeah, but you're taking out the blood. And now what I would say is that I don't know if he really meant that because he allowed for blood to be on Dominic. So I think
was that blood or was that just kind of like paint?
The idea is there. He's saying that he's not, this ain't gonna be it. But if you allow for that sense of realism to be there, I think that he said it knowing that he's only going to pull it out when necessary.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need a Jon Moxley where it's 2 minutes into the match. Yo, let's blade.
Yeah, we don't need that. I agree. We don't need that.
When it makes sense for the match, say do it. Because we all know, if Jon Moxley wins the World Championship match, all you got to do is challenge him to a first blood match.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
You got to ring the bell then.
Ring ring the bell, ding, ding, ding. All right, it's over, ding, ding, ding.
Fastest match in AEW history.
Yeah. That probably should be, but no, yeah, I think that, all right, I'm saying it. It's only been, what, a month of Triple H taking over? If I'm already loving it. Like, this is, it good, man. Okay, they still got issues with a lot of distractions. Cool. But it seems like they make more sense now. Instead of it just being random ass distractions. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that a lot of stuff of what he's changed, what he's implemented, real wrestling, like in the beginning, just opening with wrestling matches. That is it's like,
Does it turn to a one lane road? Why is everybody in the same lane?
I don't know. But what it does is it's just like watching YouTube. You when you go on YouTube, you're expecting to see something, and if you see an intro, a minute and a half intro, you're gonna cut that shit off. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to satisfy you. I want you to satisfy me as a YouTuber. Which is why I actually I started off with an intro and then I put it at the end as an outro. But I also noticed that once what I was doing was done, they cut the shit off. So I just got it to where I try to just get right into it. And Triple H is doing the exact same thing. We are in the microwave society. So storytelling has to happen throughout the show, not at the very beginning. You don't need all this exposition in the show at the very beginning, letting us recap by you telling us what happened. See you last week.
I'm so sick of recaps on top of recaps on top of recaps.
Yeah, you get a recap, you get a video package, which is cool because we like WWE's video package. And then we get you telling a play-by-play, a blow-by-blow of what happened. No, you already saw what happened. Like, get into it. Hey, if you want to start off talking, hey, listen, you all saw what happened. Thank you. And that would be like, okay, we get into it. And so, yeah, I'm starting off with just matches is amazing. The story, when they actually do start talking, it gets straight to the point instead of, and this is just me jumping in and out because now my work just stops me from watching it like that. But jumping in and out, catching recaps, it's just good. Like it's quality.
It all just flows.
Yeah. So I'm happy about what Triple H is doing so far, and I know there's going to be bump in the roads. But it is like how AEW used to be when the wrestlers had control. And I mean, shit, you even this white rabbit thing that's going on,
man.
Like, and people are, and the funny thing is that is one of the things that isn't like bad news, but people are consistently talking about it, and it's been a minute. It's really been a minute. It's WWE is the topic of conversation the next day, days later, for hours on end. And so but that is a wrestler knowing what's going on and saying, hey, let's try this because we know that the fans are going to do it. And they're in a smart business because how many hits did they get to that website, to the WWE website? They done got a lot of traffic just off the QR code. You got people in the fucking arena talking about, hey, y'all didn't see this when this commercial was on, but they was playing White Rabbit. Like, it's concise, it's well thought of, and it's something that people don't realize that they need. Like, Vince was not wrong for saying people just want to be entertained for the moment. It's not, but
there's a way to go about it.
He didn't care about the long-term story.
Right.
Because we're living in a microwave society. Stories can come and go, and people can talk about it for a brief second, and then they're on to the next thing. But one thing that is missing in a microwave society is quality, and quality always gets you to come back. You know, So
every
it's
single time.
like you can hear a song. There's a reason why music comes out. It's good for a month. It's good for 3 weeks. It's good for, let's say it's even good for 2 months. And then it just disappears. But you hear Hypnotized by Biggie, you singing it word for word because that was a quality song and it's lasted 10, 15 years because of the quality. So it's a lot different. And I'm glad that Triple H has brought back quality to the product, to the brand. So I do want to give him a round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And just think about it. He only getting his toes wet. Tell you, man.
Yeah.
He ain't seen nothing yet. Woo.
Yeah. And it seems like the wrestlers are involved. And honestly, it looks like the wrestlers are having fun again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's a good thing. That is overall better product right there.
All right. So CT, I said, I missed like Raw.
I did too.
But you got on here Roman Reigns versus Theory. What's going on with that, sir?
Roman Reigns versus, I didn't do the Roman Reigns. Oh, the actual Roman Reigns theory. Sorry, I was thinking of
Roman Reigns theory. Sorry, that's my bad. That's my bad. Yeah, I'm thinking, as I see Roman Reigns and Theory together, I'm like, they're talking about cashing it in on it.
So basically, my thought process, because they've been having issues with taking the title off of Roman. My thought process is, did you do it at Survivor Series? Well, now this War Games, I don't know if they're going to do it. But you have one competitor from Raw, one competitor from SmackDown in a triple threat match.
Okay.
Now, if the person from SmackDown pins whoever, they win whatever titles on SmackDown. Same for Raw. And the way to get it off him without actually making him take the pin is one of the other two people get pin the other one.
Okay. So I'm assuming that there's a little bit of detail with that, right? Well, if there is, we're definitely going to have a video for y'all on our YouTube channel. So make sure that you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, because just like how CT got this thing of what should be done with Roman Reigns, Chris and I also have that theory, and we're going to put it to video for you. So please hit that notification bell so when it drops, you can see it. When it drops, you get to say, you know what, CT, that makes sense. You know what, Audi, that's a little crazy, but I like it.
Yours so crazy.
and Chris, yours is right in the middle. I don't know which one to go with. You can do that. And then, make sure that you comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we talk to people. And if you go on, all of us are administrators on the channel. So if we see you comment, we're going to comment too.
I'm always commenting, and sometimes I should not comment as much.
Yeah, same here. I just tell. Facebook wrestling is, man, I don't want to talk about it.
We can get into that. But so we all have our theories, and we're all going to do that. And so be on the lookout for that. All right. But since we're still on Roman Reigns and we're still on WWE, let's talk about Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. How do y'all feel about it?
I'm not watching Crown Jewels anyway because it's always too early, and that's a match, it's probably going to be a good match, but I don't care to watch it because we all know Roman Reigns is going to win. So, and I swear to God, if they put Roman Reigns in this or Logan Paul in the War Games match, I'm going to have a conniption.
They try to get him over, man. They try to get him over. And
no one likes Logan Paul. Stop.
Yeah. Oh, that segment on SmackDown last week. Woo!
See, and that's
he wants to be a face.
Yes.
Badly. It's like, yo, that goes to what I was talking about with people having the issue being a heel or a face. It's like, yo, play the character that the crowd wants you to be. Get yourself over as a heel, and maybe people will start cheering you like they do everybody else.
I don't know.
You can't.
I don't know that it's. Go ahead. Sorry.
Adults don't like Logan Paul. The little annoying kids. Oh, Logan Paul, I saw him on YouTube. Oh. Screw you, little kid. Screw you.
Sound like Roman Reigns at the press conference.
I'm gonna do this. Two things, because you addressed two things. One, the kids has been their primary market. So for the kids to like Logan Paul is one thing. But I know a lot of times it's more adults than kids at a wrestling event.
True that.
But if the parents of those kids are watching, they're going to say, hey, I want a Logan Paul t-shirt.
Yeah.
So, is him being a face for that reason is one thing. But the second thing is I'm not 100% sure that that Logan wants to be a face. I think that WWE wants him to be a face for the market.
Yeah, for the kids.
Yeah, because he came in as being a hero with Miz.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where the switch came from, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is probably because there was a bunch of parents saying, hey, my kid doesn't like Logan Paul being a bad guy.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then yeah, sometimes they got to acquiesce to their brand, to their market share. And so, that is one of the big dichotomies, the big issues that they gotta balance between.
Yeah.
He gotta be he's a face because the market says that he has to be a face, but the reactions that he's getting isn't saying that, and so now they gotta figure out what matters more. And if they make him a face, if he's a face and he loses to Roman Reigns, they don't lose nothing.
I'm like, who did that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they make him a heel, you're already cutting off your largest, your target audience. So they can't do that. So yeah,
Yeah, that's where you go from.
It's like dead ass. Is it what this is?
Yeah. So what will be the thing? Actually, we got about a minute. We will actually come back with more of wrestling news, wrestling talk, wrestling conversations, because this is what we do.
That's what we do.
All right. But we'll be right back. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. CT had to step away. I'm taking care of business every day. Taking care of business. Yeah. But we don't even have much now. So the last big thing is Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
Yes, we're getting into it. Grand Slam, ladies and gentlemen.
They said I think Tony Khan said the first ever $1 million buy-in for a Dynamite. Ticket sales, I think. So that's cool.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. That is definitely cool. But since we're on AEW and CT's not here, I just want to one good time. Just
Jade.
Yes.
Cargill is the best champion.
All right. Number one champion. All right. But now we on the Grand Slam, and we are actually going to get predictions on this because honestly, that's the only thing that really matters. CT said he don't care about anything other than the Acclaim winning the championship. So that's on him. That's the only thing that he cares about. So we got the one that matters to him. We got his prediction. Boom.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. But we're about to just get into it because there's nothing but championships on Dynamite. And then Grand Slam on fucking. It's a crazy match on on Rampage too.
Yeah, they got some crazy. Rampage is stacked too.
All right, there's only one. Oh, Diamante is getting a shot for championship on Rampage. Hey, that's what's up. That's the only actual championship that is going other than the Winners of Battle Royale. But we're going to get into that. We're going to start with what they are saying. Would Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley for the AEW championship. This championship was vacated. I ain't saying vacated. It was stripped away from CM Punk because of everything that was going on. Is he fired yet? No. So I don't even want to talk about what's going on. So
they ain't even talking. Ain't bringing them up just like they did on AEW. Ain't even bringing them up.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about
you
him.
got?
Ooh. As much, I don't know if they're going to try to like reward Moxley for sticking around because he's supposed to be on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
You have to deal with all these immature crybabies in the locker room. But I kind of want Danielson to win, just because I want to see him. I want to see him and MJF. For some reason, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Okay, I would say this first of all, not crybabies, crybaby. Okay,
yeah,
it was one. It was one. One. He walked in that scrum and chose violence.
Yeah, predetermined.
Yeah,
premeditated.
Yes. So. Yeah, and they no-sell that. I said I wasn't going to talk about it. But,
I know. I brought it up.
But the reporter no-sold that. He no-sold that. That was just amazing. He's like, you claim yourself to be a journalist, right? Yes.
Yeah.
You're friends with Austin Colt? No. You was doing improv with him? Yeah, because it was an improv class. So you're not friends? Oh, you should have divulged who your friends are. Like, no, it just didn't work. It didn't work. Oh, I'm a relish. I should have had on my CM Punk shirt because I would have relished in this moment. It didn't work, Punk. It didn't work. But I want Bryan Danielson to win too. I do want him. I want him to win. 2 reasons why. Seeing MJF versus Bryan Danielson will be a great build because it is definitely a story there somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, just because of the simple fact that he got beef with WWE stars, that's
story enough.
And I really don't want him to cash in sheepishly on Bryan Danielson because of, I got it, and then he wins. Nah, I want this one to be a
build. Yeah.
Yeah. But and the second reason why I think that is going to be Bryan Danielson is because Jon Moxley is trying to get on vacation. Reward that man. Allow him. He done had every time there was something that happened.
Since the beginning.
Yeah.
The pandemic, the beginning of this summer, the end of this summer.
Yeah. he put I see fans saying that Jon Moxley put AEW on his shoulders and has been carrying it victoriously, which is true. Yep. He's not the only one. I'm bringing up my boy, fucking Chris Jericho. Whenever things seem to be kind of out of whack or whatever, he said, you know what, let's just distract them with some old Y2J fuckery. And even stories where I wasn't initially like for. He just made it work. Yeah. So shit. Even like the one with the America's Top Team.
Yeah.
Was like,
but it was Jericho.
It was Jericho and it worked. And even this one where it was like he's in another gang battle with fucking Blackpool Combat Club. Yeah. And he just said that he's a wizard and that was it. That's all. So but him. There's a few others that just put him on the back. I'm gonna say Adam Page. They dropped the ball with him as far as stories go. And my theory that which a lot of people are saying now, that maybe CM Punk just took an opportunity to throw his muscle around to get championship. I said that when it first happened. I said that when rumors came out that he was threatening to walk before was it
Double or Nothing?
Yeah, before Double or Nothing. I said that. So could y'all please, I won't even say give me the credit. Just when you see me, just nod. I know. Yeah, but yeah. So Paige put on great matches. Shit, Bryan Danielson coming in, he's been great.
He ain't had a bad match yet.
Yeah. I also want to give Britt Baker her flowers in this conversation because she's been holding down the women's wrestling. She was supposed to be on vacation. They had to come back. Like things just ain't been popping off like how it was early. And that's the, more ego, more people on the roster fighting for a spot to just be seen. Shout out to Nyla Rose, Sunny Kiss, a couple of them that's been on Dark and Elevation. Y'all been holding it down. Shit. Even the new boys with Hook taking over Rampage, like that's been one of his big spots, and everybody that goes on there to try to create some validity or legitimacy for Rampage, because everybody is saying that it's a B show after it came out hot. We know that Wednesday is the big show and they've been doing that, but the Acclaim hopping on there and doing their shows there.
They had Joe on there last week. He main evented against Josh Woods for the ROH Television Championship. That was a damn good match.
Yeah, shout out to all of them. But I just wanted to give y'all flowers because y'all been holding it down through injuries, through pandemic, there's been a lot. And it rotated because Matt Hardy coming in during the pandemic was a big thing.
Yep.
Him playing his role with Chris Jericho and everybody that was going on with that was amazing. Like there's been people that's been holding it down, and I appreciate y'all because with the pandemic y'all had a lot of Japanese stars that couldn't make it. Y'all had a lot of people overseas that just couldn't make it, and so and I'm glad to see Pac is back and everything. Like it's just a lot, so I just want to give y'all praises, but we're gonna get back into these matches. So
wait, before that, no, thoughts and prayers out to Malachi Black. No, he put out a little statement talking about his release and just trying to take a break to recalibrate his life. So
and I thought that and said that, and I said thoughts and prayers to him because he deserves to have all the success in the world.
Oh yeah.
So we're rooting for you. There's as far as all y'all wrestlers, we are always rooting for y'all, some more than others. But going through hard times or going through just being mentally stressed. This is the second time that has happened because Swole, shout out to her. She took her break. Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Yep, shout out to Swole.
No, there's some chicken
deal with her diseases and being let go and all that stuff. So but again, shout out to all of them. Shout out to all of the wrestlers, the independent people that are on the grind. Their thoughts and prayers to Malachi, Alistair. Black. Hope to see him back soon, either wherever you want to do.
Wherever you are. Yeah. I'll
be watching.
Yeah. All right. So me and you say, Brian, I'm saying CT probably would have said Moxley just because of his wrestling mind and seeing where it would go.
Probably.
Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed. That is for the tag team championship. We already said CT says that is the Acclaimed. And what do you think?
It's time. They didn't do it at All Out. But they making it seem like, I think with that match with the Lucha Bros last week and Swerve in Our Glory, they just want to get like one more title defense out of them before they drop it. It's kind of what it felt like. Maybe.
All right. I'm going to say this. Swerve has been one of the most interesting people in the ring since he got there.
Oh, yeah.
Keith Lee has been probably one of the more prestigious build. Like when people see Keith Lee, they see a larger than life character, and it's just elegance in that. But Swerve coming in,
Swerve on a different level.
yeah, Swerve is different. Swerve, dude, listen, I got to see you very briefly in WWE before your release. Very briefly. When I saw that y'all got drafted, because I was still, I can't watch WWE too much in that time when y'all got drafted, and I was like, oh shit. I seen old girl from here, bro. I seen Agent Top Dollar. Who's this guy? Saw him and it was like, oh, okay. Checked out some of his music. I was like, oh, okay. Seen the release. I was like, dang. Don't get a chance to see him. Now I got to see you. I got to see you perform in AEW, and you are putting stellar matches. Stellar matches. I don't think I've seen you in a bad match yet.
Nope. I remember him live at what was it? It was at Blood and Guts. He was in that Royal Rampage match. Him and Darby Allin. Oh my God. Yeah. Swerve is awesome.
Yeah, you are an amazing.
I just want to see him go. No,
you want to see him go solo. Yeah, I don't think right now should be the time, because I actually, and this is where I'm going. I'm picking Swerve in Our Glory. I don't think that it's time for them to pull the trigger. We know we get into timing, right?
Yeah.
I think that what they did with the Acclaim, they stepped away too quickly with Acclaim and As Boys. I think they stepped away a little too quickly for that. I can see them coming back in on the situation. I can see the Acclaim being so big and knowing that they was gonna lose at All In, All Out, whichever one, because they got them both. And they didn't pull the trigger. They still got something for Swerve and Keith, but I think that now you can't just have them outright lose. And with Billy Gunn still being around, the story does come back to
the Gun Club.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that Stokely got him.
The Firm.
Yeah, the Firm.
I like that.
And I think that Stokely is a hip hop head. I know he's an R&B head. This is like the second R&B reference that he done picked. Stokely Hathaway. Then you got you got Malcolm Bivens, like Belle Biv DeVoe. Like he's an R&B head. So I see that. Every time I see him, I'm like, all right, cool. But him creating the Firm is, I know that there's a movie called The Firm, but I think that he probably attribute this to Nas, AZ, Foxy, and Dre with I think it was Nature. No, it was a Cormega. Dang, it's been a minute. I gotta check that out. I think I want to say Cormega. I'm gonna say Cormega. So I think that he took a hip hop turn on this, which was amazing. Especially if he does bring back him working with Jade, because I think that they stepped away from that from too soon. But I think I think that the Firm come in and they distract or whatever, and so the Acclaim don't lose clean. It makes sure that they don't lose their light, their luster that they got right now. So but I think Swerve and Keith Lee's story is too intriguing, especially how they were still on kayfabe when they did their little scrum. Because he was, Swerve was talking shit.
Yeah, he was. He's like, we already beat them.
Yeah, twice. And then he was like, you really gonna, Tony, you want to do another? All right, then, this the business. Yeah. We're not accountable. I'm like, oh, Swerve.
He's like, it's just another team up there that they want us to lose to, and it ain't gonna happen. Swerve is so good. Oh, my God. All right, I changed my mind.
So, We got one for the Acclaim, for two for Swerve.
Yeah.
Our glory.
Nah.
I think that story needs to. I think that they need to let that settle just a little bit more.
I can see
Just a
that.
little bit more.
So would you have the Gun Club beat Swerve in Our Glory? Just no. Okay.
No. It's not gonna be a clean win, and they're not gonna get a title shot anytime soon. But I think that the best thing is their next pay-per-view. They let some things settle. You let the Gun Club lose to the Acclaim, like a real match for the title shot.
Okay.
And that brings them right back to that. Because I think Gun Club is right up under the Acclaim as far as positions to as far as ranking.
It could be.
Yeah, you can pull that up, and as we pulling up, we're gonna go back and we could just come back to that. The next match, it's a 4-way match for the interim AEW's Women's Championship. I am liking the interim shots that they have. I think that a lot of times, I think that in this regard, it's a little bit too much, but I think it's because of the situation. This one was really, really, really good for the brand. It's Toni Storm, Serena Deeb, Athena, and my girl, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. That's right. This is the fatal 4-way for the women's shot. We know Tony already got it as of today. I think that they still want Storm versus
Rosa.
Yeah. So I see that that's still happening, and I'm calling this. There's going to be a Storm versus Penelope Ford real soon. I don't
do that.
No, they didn't do it last week.
It's a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
because you was like, ain't they just fighting each other or something like that?
Oh no, if they did, I missed it, so I didn't.
Okay, I thought you mentioned it before. I'm pretty sure it happened. It was like way before the pay-per-view. Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe it wasn't Penelope Ford. Maybe it was somebody else.
Yeah, and I think it was somebody else because Penelope Ford only came back a couple weeks before. So. Yeah,
I'm liking this silver hair thing she got going on. I was like, oh, there. Try to be a little different. You got Kemp out there talking to his box.
Oh man,
I need them to run that back. I need them to give you some more on that.
Yeah,
is that him talking to that box in that pack match? Mm-hmm. Man, I need more of that.
Oh no, that's coming back, and I think the Orange Cassidy match is going to be what brings that back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I still say Tony.
Yep, Tony.
And I'm pretty sure CT is going to say Tony too.
Yeah. Okay. Hope Jamie Hayter cost Britt the match. They need to go back to that. Because she helped her out last week.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
These rankings from August 31st. That's the last time they was updated. Yeah. FTR is still number 1.
Oh, okay.
And Acclaim is number 2 with the Guns at number 5.
Number 5, who's number 3 and 4?
3 are the Young Bucks, and 4 is number 10, the Evil Uno, Dark Order.
Okay, so they're number 4 because the Young Bucks ain't there to be number 3 now, so that moves everything up. Yeah. So fuck that. Yeah. So, so I can see the Acclaim beating Evil Uno and the Gun Club moving up. The Acclaim, FTR, I don't know what they'll do with that.
Shoot, Dax even said we got next. Whoever win. So
yeah, and that's another thing. I can see them having Swerve and Our Glory win because they don't know what they would have to do if a Acclaim win and it was Acclaim and FTR. Because
that crowd would be so split.
Yeah. So, and I can see, and if it is Swerve and Our Glory versus FTR, I can see FTR saying, all right, I know the Acclaimed is coming up real quick as far as going to be the champions soon. Let's not beat Swerve and Our Glory. Let them get another shot because that story is compelling. And then after that, we can build a story for the Acclaim versus FTR.
Yep.
Yeah. So I can see that happening. Then we got singles for the All Atlantic Championship. Two of my favorites, Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Don't know where to go on this.
Tupac.
You going Pac?
I'm going Pac.
I'm going to go Pac because they don't give Orange Cassidy that respect, and they still got the story going on with Kip. So I would give that to Pac. Yeah. CT is probably pick Pac too. It's the smart choice. Then we have Claudio Castagnoli versus Le Champion, the Wizard, Y2K, Lionheart. Oh man, he brought Lionheart back, and it's been phenomenal.
Yeah. These last couple of Jericho matches been. It was like he aged backwards or something.
Yeah, and he said something to that effect of he's bringing back an old character, and so he started doing moves that he hasn't really done in a long time, and has been feeling very, very good. Like,
very good,
yeah. So because when his last match, it was Bryan Danielson. He said that felt good, and he don't know why they haven't did a match before or like
they said that's scruff,
but so we with Claudio and Chris, it's going to be Claudio, even though it pains me to say.
I don't know. Chris Jericho as the ROH champion. I don't know. Something about that just seemed right. But I can see why they probably want Claudio to keep it.
You know what? Fuck that. Honestly, if they're getting this new deal soon, they're going to need that big name. And for as awesome as Claudio is, Chris Jericho being the big name to run Ring of Honor as they get their own show.
Especially how he's been performing now.
Yeah.
Like he's pretty much pure wrestling as much as you want to be a sports entertainer.
Yeah, like Lionheart, Chris Jericho fits with Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I can't Painmaker might. Le Champion won't. The Wizard won't. But Lionheart, it fits. So I can see that, and I'm going with my dog Chris. I'm going with Chris. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm with you.
Yeah. And CT's a hater, so he's picking Claudio. He been putting he put AEW on his shoulders at the very beginning, and
same thing for Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he can do it again.
Yeah.
So those are the matches for Dynamite, which for 5 matches, I can is going to be a lot of wrestling. It's going to be a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
Now
and we even don't know what MJF gonna be doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Tony said there's going to be like some surprising things happening. So we could probably expect a new acquisition. I can see them doing bringing in somebody.
I can't even think of nobody else right now. Who the hell could they bring in?
I think it's going to be a big name in what if they get like somebody like Zack Ryder?
Oh, Matt Cardona. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a nice acquisition, especially for. I think that is going to be more somebody reputable in the smaller field. And for a while, he was winning all the championships in the world, so he done built a name for himself.
Oh yeah.
So seeing that, but yeah, he said there's going to be a lot of surprises. So MJF even hinted at the fact that he may even walk out Dynamite as the AEW championship. Don't do it. Don't do it, because I mean, I would love for you to be champion, but I would love for you to be in a story that rivals everybody else.
Yeah.
Because you and Bryan Danielson as a match could be one of those to end all matches type thing. Like, y'all could definitely have a true 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, or 10-star matches that Meltzer be talking about. So I see that, because both of y'all are too good.
Yeah. Way too good.
But now on to Rampage. We've got a bunch of just no title, well, only one title match, and we'll get into that. But we got a lot of interesting things. Action Bronson and Hook.
Yeah.
Versus the JAS. I love to see hip hop being in the spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they had a video package on last Wednesday. It's like, ooh, this sounds like it came from New York.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's a very New York. It's a very New York
like the whole thing.
Match. Yeah. But Action Bronson, I'm curious to see how he performs in the ring.
Yeah.
He's a wrestling fan. He makes a lot of wrestling references in his music. Actually, I'm definitely going to go and do the research, because I started the research, I didn't finish it, of hip hop and the strong connection that hip hop has with wrestling.
Right.
I mean, one of the big things was when they made a hip hop soundtrack or a hip hop entrance music for WWE. People was going crazy off that.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But that was an amazing time. But Action Bronson, he's also going to perform.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that match.
That's awesome. It's been a minute since I've actually heard Action Bronson's music, because he got heavy on to being a TV host. He created it. That boy's smart. He created a TV show where he I think he was smoking and watching cartoons.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he just sitting talking to smoking and watching cartoons. He's a great personality. Only thing that would make this better is if Wu-Tang hop out of nowhere and said our beef ain't over. Because Action Bronson had beef with Ghostface at one point. They since squashed it, but because Ghostface does a lot of wrestling in his raps too. So, yeah. So I'm hoping to see that. I very rarely will go against the Jericho Appreciation Society, but I side with hip hop. So Action Bronson and Hook.
Yeah,
especially seeing how he just threw was it Angelo? Wasn't Angelo that he threw? My memory.
No, it was Daddy Magic, wasn't it? Matt Bernard. I think he threw him.
Whichever, it was amazing. So
yeah.
So now who you say?
Hook and Action Bronson.
Okay. All right. So and CT's a hater, so he's going with Hook and Action Bronson too. Yeah, this feels good, him not being here. I can say that.
Yeah. On the next show,
right?
All up in the camera.
Yeah.
What you say about me?
You a hater. Yeah. Well, I call him a hater when it comes to Jericho. But yeah, we'll finish.
Yep.
After these messages.
Yes, sir. Be right back. And we are back.
Yes.
Talking about Rampage.
When we left off, everybody picked Action Bronson and Hook.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah. That's because I side with hip hop. Chris is a Hook fan.
Oh yeah.
And he's a hater. So all different reasons leads down the same road. The next match. This is a special match. It is a no disqualification match, tag match. against Sting and Darby Allin versus the House of Black. One thing I want to say.
When they announced that? That must have been on Wednesday or Friday.
Yeah.
I missed that one.
One thing I will say. House of Black is honestly no more because the black part is gone. So now, if we get into something, if my little conspiracy theory mind goes into it, I will say this. This would be the perfect moment to have somebody come in and take over as the leader of the House of Black. Now, the reason why I say in this moment is because we know that Rampage is not one of the big shows. So if they did do it, a lot of people are going to miss it.
Right.
But you do a big show, you do a big appearance, a big acquisition on Rampage that everybody missed, and you post that up right after Rampage, the views on your All Elite YouTube channel is going to be crazy. The conversation for the weekend is going to be who showed up to Rampage.
Yeah.
And that in of itself is going to have people starting watching Rampage, especially if you follow it up with another person becoming All Elite on the following week. So, big event, we know what to expect. But then another Friday, somebody, that's crazy. We might have to watch Rampage. So I see that will be the perfect thing. And my conspiracy theory mind says that this White Rabbit thing is Karrion Kross, and All Elite is going to get Bray Wyatt.
Bold statement.
Think about it. Bray Wyatt becoming the new leader of the House of Black.
That would be a swerve.
That would definitely be a swerve. Let me in. Just like he don't even have to be the Fiend. I wouldn't want him to be the Fiend. I would want him to be somebody completely different. Rotunda comes back as the new leader of the House of Black, and he just seems sinister. That would be amazing. But with this match, I see I see two things happening. Brody King is choking out Darby Allin, throwing them all over the place.
Yeah.
Darby's going to get choked out and pass out again. Sting is going to do something that his 60-year-old body shouldn't be doing.
Don't make no sense.
Yeah, but I see. I think I'm going with the House of Black because I think they need a win.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah. Smart.
Even Brody King, I said, even when you cut the head off a snake, you can still get bit. I was like, damn, that's deep.
But CT, because he's a smart man, looking at it through his wrestling mind, sees that Darby and Sting probably needs it too because their story becoming stagnant.
Yeah, they need something there.
Yeah, but it's more so Darby needs to branch out on his own. He doesn't need to be in a party match. Like the whole thing about him was the fact that everybody viewed him as the loner. He didn't want to team up with anybody, and it made sense when Sting came with him initially. But even then, we didn't see them teamed up with Moxley. We seen them teamed up with Punk. Like now, he's friendly. Like nah. I was really hoping that when outside of Sting, whenever he teamed up with somebody, it was reluctant. Yeah. Because even the story of him, if Jon Moxley wins, they need to rehash the story between Moxley and Darby because that will create validity for him. That will push his stardom to a whole new level because there's history there.
Yeah.
And it's not like a bunch of history. It's just AEW history.
Right.
They fought, they teamed up, they like it's and they was always like hesitant with each other. So
Right.
that's what I see.
Darby just needs some direction. That's all I'm saying. He need something to be focused on, not just like this random stuff, but like, House of Black, Andrade. Just I need to see him in something like important. Like even go back for the TNT title, even though I don't think he beat Wardlow.
No, he's not going to be Wardlow. But I think that if he starts building for the AEW title, I can see him and MJF going at him, put on a good story.
Oh yeah. Because that match they had that started, I can't remember which pay-per-view it was. It might have been Revolution, where it was him, it was MJF and Darby. That first 15 minutes, oh my man. That was the start of the show. The people was talking about MJF can't wrestle, blah, blah, blah. Man, go back and watch that match. It ain't no way you can tell me MJF can't wrestle. No way.
And right now I am looking for something because it is, here we go, because this is the next thing. It is the Golden Ticket match, Battle Royale. It was announced on the 23rd on Rampage. And I am not sure who's in the match.
Yeah. Me neither. They showed a couple people. I think I seen Hangman. Dark Order was talking about it, wasn't they? I think Uno and 10 might be in it.
I got a list. list. All right. It is Hangman Adam Page, Penta El Zero, Hierro, Jay Lethal, Lance Archer, my boy.
That's who I seen. I was like, is that Lance Archer in this render right here? Like, where the hell he been? That's who they need. They need, man. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But he's been probably more doing diplomat stuff, being an ambassador for the brand in the independent circuit because he's been doing a lot of independent. But I would love to see Lance back on Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
In a good story where he can create himself to be. I want him to create a story with Wardlow.
Ooh.
That would be a story that I would love to see.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be mad at the outcome.
Yeah.
Especially if they fire CM Punk, because that was supposed to be the story. But if they fire CM Punk, Wardlow drops the title to Lance Archer, and you can start building Wardlow for the World Championship.
Okay. Oh, because MJF.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways, and that's one of the things that people don't realize. MJF has had his hand in so much
everything
that hey, anybody you do a story with, there's more than likely a history there.
Yeah.
So you saying Lance Archer, like Lance Archer TV champion. All right, cool. Wardlow, that'd be a story. Darby Allin, that'd be a story. Shit. Sammy Guevara could be a story. Like there's the whole pillars. And you could do a pillars match for the title. Like, and that would be great. And throw Wardlow up there because he's about to hold it down too.
Yeah.
But but they're saying that there's some more names that should be coming up.
Okay. Yeah, because I think those are like the ones that they showed. Okay. 5-man battle royal. Let's do that.
So out of all of that so far, depending on who else comes in, I say Jay Lethal needs this victory.
Yeah, probably more than anybody.
Yeah. Jay Lethal needs the victory. Jay Lethal, even if it's for the TNT title and he loses, because I don't know what's the.
It's for the world title. I think they said that.
Okay, then
but
you know
who it might be though.
Oh.
Adam Cole. Because he put out a tweet. I think it was either earlier today or yesterday. He said, "When I get back, I'm taking over." And then earlier today, MJF put like a rolling your eyes emoji on it.
If Adam Cole is the Joker or whatever, because with the Battle Royale, they do Jokers. If he is the Joker and he returns, then yeah, it's going to be him. But Jay Lethal definitely needs a victory. He needs one.
Yeah, he just like Darby. He needs some kind of direction.
Yeah. But that is that. After that, we've gotten Sammy Guevara versus Eddie Kingston.
So glad to see Eddie Kingston back on TV.
Yeah. And I guess they're going to give the match that they were supposed to give at
All Out, yeah.
And if they treating this like this is the All Out match that it's supposed to be, they got to redeem themselves. This is going to be a crazy ass match. This is going to be a crazy ass match.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's going to be some chopping. It's Eddie Kingston. It's going to be some chopping, but it's also going to be a lot of high flying. There's going to be a lot of did that just happen?
Yeah, I think their styles going to mesh well together.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie Kingston pulls an aerial move or two to spice it up.
See a senton from Eddie Kingston.
And now we got the one championship match that is on here. That is Jade Cargill versus Diamante. Hold on.
You go ahead and play
Jade Cargill is the best champion.
So we just had to put it there because that's who we're all picking.
Yeah.
Like we could just blow by that one. And it's not because we don't care about the match. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a good match. The matches that I've seen with Diamante has been nice.
Yeah, she's very good.
Yeah, and Jade Cargill just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
So
I'm still trying to figure out how to get the title belt off of her. She go for the world championship.
I told you, option C.
Option C. Yeah.
Drop that shit. There's no way that you can do that. Not unless you want your TBS title and your AEW title to be on the same person.
That's true.
Because that's the only thing that I see. Those are the only two options.
Yeah. God, option seems such a good idea. Whoever came up with that in TNT or TNA that's so smart.
Yeah, because that is one of the best ways to protect your star.
Yeah.
And it's not used often. So it's not like it's not plot armor. This can just really be, I'm so good. There's nobody else to go. But because I got this title on me, she grows to hate the title because as soon as she's beating everybody and she wants the women's title, but Tony is saying, no, you the TBS champion. You can't do it. So she'll win just out of spite, even though she'll hate the title. And then Michael Nakazawa or whoever comes in like, did you reach your contract? You have this option C that's going on, and that would probably get a pop in of itself. And then, you have that. So I would love to see it happen that way.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm. But after that, we have Ray Phoenix versus Jungle Boy.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that match.
It's gonna be a good match.
Oh yeah.
I'm not vested in it though.
Yeah, it kind of just threw it together.
Jungle Boy needs to win. He needs to make sure that he stays as legitimate as possible.
Yeah. Till Christian come back.
Yeah.
He could be out for a while though. They got to drag this out for real.
I won't even say that. Just make him solid in the fact of you're about to build a story between him and Luchasaurus. So you're not gonna have Luchasaurus killing everybody and then he's just losing. Because it's like, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Because if he's losing all the time or he don't have a lot of victories up under his belt, and he goes against Luchasaurus and win. That's fans ain't gonna go for it. It's earning it. You gotta earn it. And that's probably one of the big things that I'm starting to realize. with a couple of these matches. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even that, like, it won't Luchasaurus losing his first match as a heel.
Right.
Well, first big match, I guess. He could do like a bunch of squash matches, I guess. But
yeah, he'll do a little bunch of squash matches. But even if you want Jungle Boy to be over and Lucha, his first real big match to be with Jungle Boy, Jungle Boy being a threat by not only beating like people like Ray Phoenix, but him beating some bigger opponents. Like let him go against Lance Archer and let him get a victory. Let him go against Morrissey, let him get a victory. But if you're gonna put him against Morrissey needs to win a couple before you put him there.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, let it look like a close loss between Lance Archer and this battle royale. He almost had it, and then they swept something under the rug. They got him, so he still looks like, damn, he was supposed to have it. And when Jungle Boy beats him, it's like, okay, that's a good win. That's a good win. So shit. The way that Powerhouse Hobbs going, let him sneak a win. Let him sneak a win. Prize roll up in that moment would work perfectly. Yeah. Because technically you're not really kicking his butt, but you're figuring out ways to win, which makes you a threat, even if you're not, the powerful one. So when he goes against Luchasaurus, it's literally him being, I gotta outthink this guy. So instead of him like, oh, they putting on a great match and he just outright win over this powerful guy, even though he's been taking losses to all the powerful people. He was like, oh, he snuck one out. He snuck out one. He outwit him. He outworked him. He'll do like all of that will work in that match and that will still keep Luchasaurus as somebody that is still reputable. It's just this one dude got one over on him. Yeah, because don't stop his momentum. Yeah, because Luchasaurus was emotional because he got him to be emotional. He got him to get rageful, and that's where he beat him at. Right. It's kind of like the movie Prey. She outsmarted the Predator. Like she even got him to shoot himself. Like something like that. But I'd say Jungle Boy need this one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, Jungle Boy.
And CT, smart guy. He'll probably say Jungle Boy too. Because it doesn't do anything for Ray Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They could probably put anybody else in there. Mm-hmm. Nah. I don't say Jungle Boy and Roosh, but that's pretty much the same thing, just thrown together. Yeah. But he needs some. But the thing with Ray Phoenix, like I said, it does nothing for Ray Phoenix. Jungle Boy getting a win over Ray Phoenix is something. Him getting a win over Roosh might not be that. Yeah, other than the powerful aspect of it, like I said. But I think Ray Phoenix is more reputable as far as he's a known winner, right? In AEW, not in a trio champion. Yeah. So him getting over somebody with that got hardware, that makes sense for Jungle Boy. Yeah. Now we got Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks. Man, they better make it longer than that last match.
Mm-hmm. This is one of the ones where Ricky Starks got to outsmart him now because he got the first match and he saw how powerful he is. You can't muscle him. Yeah. And I think that's the way that they're going. Ricky's going to sneak one out. Yeah. His speed is going to get him. He's going to outsmart him, and I believe that there's going to be a mistake where Hobbs just like he just wasn't expecting something, and Ricky just got him.
Yeah. Then they can even squeeze this out to Full Gear. They get one more match out of him, the rubber match. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's go, Ricky.
Let's go, Ricky, because I view that as this. And it doesn't do anything for Hobbs to just squash him again like that. Yeah. So that's one thing. And this is one of the times where 50-50 booking would make sense. Yeah. Because there's a story behind it and the story that they tell. Because honestly, they could have had a great match. Their last fight. But I think that they came together and said, hey, let's do this out. Instead of saying like it's a draw or this, that, is that, hey, beat me with sheer brute strength, with sheer brute strength. And then when we come back, I'll outsmart you. And now we both learned each other in a completely different way. And now let's have that match that we want to have.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So yeah.
So,
that'd be so good. Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
And then the final match that is on the card is Wardlow and Samoa Joe versus Tony Nese and Josh Woods.
Okay. Okay. I don't see two champions losing.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was going to happen on Rampage last week?
Well,
I thought Joe was going to try to go for the TNT championship.
I think that's what this is going to lead up to.
Yeah,
I think I see if Samoa Joe, if Samoa Joe and Wardlow lose, it's because Samoa Joe turned on fucking Wardlow. That's the only way that I can see it happening that will put that story there. And it gives a solid story to Wardlow. It gives him a reason to actually fight.
Yeah, give him actually a legit opponent.
Yeah, but it's like his championship has been kind of like Heyman's in a sense. He got the belt, they don't know what to do with him. Yeah. Everybody that put him doesn't fit into the story of what they want. Samoa Joe is a solid contender. Samoa Joe is not somebody he can just throw around. Samoa Joe has been an asshole, but nobody's called him a heel.
It's just Joe, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. So I think it's easy for Joe to turn heel in this moment. The championship. Because this tag match don't do nothing for nobody. Mm. Win or lose, it does nothing for nobody. If Samoa Joe and Wardlow loses, then it looks bad, but it doesn't elevate Josh Woods and Tony Nese.
Yeah, beat him in the tag match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if Samoa Joe turns, it creates something that this is the start. We're going to get to it. Full Gear comes. That's the payoff.
Yep.
So that's pretty much. That's it for this.
She's making me more excited about Rampage than I was before.
Yeah, see? But that's what happens when you see. This is what I see now. I see that Tony Khan had that shit happen, and it put some shit into perspective for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You can definitely see it.
And so he's now trying to create something that it's not going to be the person. It's the story. People are not tuning in just for CM Punk. They're tuning in for the story. Yep. You know, I think that he needs to do a lot of repairing of images for a lot of his wrestlers, because for so long, a lot of them fell to the wayside.
Yeah.
Because all these big names that came, I think that he needs to make more stars.
Yeah.
I that's what I see. And I think that his timing issue has been one of the things that he's seen that he did wrong. Like, damn, I missed this. Damn, I missed this. Damn, I missed this. But I think that now he's on a whole list of, oh, shoot. Hold on one second. Hold on. And this is from... Okay. Where is it? Because I just want to see.
Contract. Sky Blue would make her AEW take.
Sky Blue is getting the contract, but here we go. Suspended names return.
AEW names have been suspended. Earlier this month, the Brawl would.
This is from WrestlePlanet.
AEW All Out pay-per-view. AEW Evolutions. Omega and the Young Bucks confronting CM Punk in his locker room over comments that he made in the post-show media scrum. This would lead to the majority of the names in the room being suspended, including Kenny, the Bucks, Michael Nakazawa, Pat Buck, Christopher Daniels, and Brandon Cutler, with CM Punk and Ace Steel potentially set to be fired. Well, news is now broken via Fightful Select that one of the names suspended is present at tonight's AEW Dynamite, which is set to take place in Albany, New York. And the report would note, Pat Buck returned from suspension and is backstage at AEW.
All right.
Okay,
Pat Buck is back. Shout out to Pat Buck for coming back. Wait,
I thought he was back last week.
Shit, no. Who came back last week? I don't know. Well, let me just continue to play it out.
Sources indicated to Fightful. We thought that Book was integral in helping break up the fight and was doing his best to restore order in the situation. Shortly after the report from Fightful, Brian Alvarez would take to Wrestling Observer Live to reveal what he's heard and said that anyone involved in breaking up the fight is now unsuspended. And he said, everyone involved, including those breaking up the fight, ended up being suspended by AEW. Essentially, they were sent home and no one heard anything. No contact between AEW and anybody that was sent home. They were all just sitting there, no idea what's going on, just sitting. As of today, I don't know everybody who is off suspension, but I believe that everybody who was involved in breaking up the fight is now off suspension. I know that Pat Book is off suspension, Brandon Cutler is off suspension, and I think some other people were called today and they're off suspension. So right now, to the best of my knowledge, and there may be phone calls being made right now for all I know, I believe that if you were involved in breaking it up, off suspension, but if you were actually involved in the fight, you are still off suspension.
Boo. YouTube, what are you doing? No, because I got to say this. YouTube, what are you doing? I saw that a couple of days ago, and I didn't click on it because I heard it from World Culture and everything else. You gonna send me a notification of some big ass news of something that was posted 6 days ago? YouTube, I'm trying to do something here. What is CM Punk say? I'm trying to run a business here. I need you to be as reputable as the people in World Culture.
Yeah.
Don't be giving me stuff that's 6 days old. If I don't click on it, there's a reason why. And you see me click on other stuff from WrestlePlanet. So stop doing it. Because that's not what I want. You almost gave that guy a dislike. But your issues. Hey, I almost disliked that until I saw like, oh shit, this is 6 days ago. Boo, YouTube. Yeah, so I was about to be like, breaking news, we're breaking news on this. Nah. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Tony don't want. This is why Vince said, hey, nobody's bigger than the brand.
Yep.
Shit like that.
Exactly why. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I see that he needs to do a lot of repairing to people. I see that names that should be on Dynamite a lot more should be getting the spotlight. Where the fuck is Sonny Kiss? Where the fuck is Brian Cage? Where the fuck is Nyla Rose? I mean, you giving Nyla Rose $6 million. Well, why ain't she on TV? Shit, you can create a story with her and Jay, and that'd be a reputable loss, possibly. Like,
yeah,
Nyla Rose,
legit.
Yeah. So that's something that I want to say. I think that timing has been the big issue. We talk about it on here all the time. Out of all the things that we love, that is the one chink in the armor. I think that his booking, when he's focused, makes sense. And seeing this card, it's like I see that there's more to it than what is. Because, like I said, there's things that look like it should make sense, but Rey Fenix losing makes sense. Samoa Joe being in a tag match don't really make sense unless you're planning on turning Joe.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah. Because you want Wardlow to be the face.
Yeah.
And there's nobody for him. Shit. You can even have Samoa Joe bring in a couple of Ring of Honor people and they all jump him. And now that is a crew that he has to beat by himself. Don't bring FTR in this like that. You might do one triple tag match, but let it be like a trios match. Don't let it be, oh yeah, we're doing a bunch of tag matches with what are the boys? Can't remember the name. The Flamingo guys that got the fans and stuff. Don't be having them.
Oh, Dog Castle.
Yeah, don't have them doing 6-7 matches with them.
Yeah.
Let Wardlow take all this by himself. Pull that rabbit out of your hat once. And let him build his story on his own as him kicking everybody ass. And Wardlow, and they protected him. I want to say FTR did protect him. They said he didn't ask for our help.
Yeah.
Which means that y'all still intend on Wardlow being a solo act. He don't need to be in the Pinnacle 2.0.
Right.
So, I mean, it can still be Pinnacle 2.0, but don't let it be we're in gang wars. Yeah. Like how y'all been doing with the Inner Circle and the Jericho Appreciation Society. But I understand that Jericho is getting all of these people over. Like for as much as CT is a hater, can't deny that everybody who has a light, whoever joins in Chris Jericho's spotlight gets to shine. So
just look at Daniel Garcia.
Yeah. And so now you got but now Wardlow needs to be by himself. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need that help to be consistent.
Yeah.
Let him grow. Let this story play out. Samoa Joe, he got it. He's one man fighting a machine. Let him go against it. Let him come out victorious. And you got to face a champion that is a face that is worth being a face. If you get what I mean. Like y'all didn't know what to do with Hangman. So I still stand firmly on the fact that CM Punk was supposed to take that loss and that would have shot Hangman to the moon.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you now.
Yeah. So and we got 7 minutes. So this is the last thing that I want to say. As I said that I wasn't going to bring up the scrum, and I already brought it up, but since we here, I am of the belief, because I hinted towards this once already, but I'm fully there. This is all one big work. No way this shit is not a work. There's no way. Because remember, they said that he torn his pectoral or his bicep, whatever the fuck we seen him ice, but everybody ice after a match. Yeah. We didn't see him nurture or babysit that arm, but all of a sudden he throwing haymakers in a mat in a backstage brawl with bloggers that have their cameras on all the time. You got Brandon Cutler, you got Sammy Guevara, you got Danhausen. You got at least 3. And I didn't even bring up the women. I know everybody was recording after the match. And nobody leaks it. Nobody puts it out. So I say it like this. Tory Lanez just knocked out August Alsina, allegedly. Allegedly. Because we didn't see it. What we did see was part of what August Alsina said was true. He was upset. He came to me. I said, keep the same energy. He said he wanted to talk and he stuck me. Tory Lanez is doing all of this in the back. Yeah. You know, just hype. August Alsina putting on fake blood because Punch probably didn't really hurt. I'm not saying that August might have a strong chin, so don't know, right? But even with that, these niggas ain't wrestlers, and people caught all of that. They got everything except for the hit. We don't have no audio recording. We even got audio recording of them meeting up. And August Alsina is like, man, I hate when people don't keep the same energy when they see me. Like, what energy? Like, we got all of that. But in a place where there is video production being made with YouTube personalities all around, I know a couple of them was doing live streams. We don't get people saying, hey, there's a fight in CM Punk's locker room. We don't get nothing. It's a work. It is working. You can't convince me anything different. You done got too many people saying that, hey. And then all of this is really just nobody saying anything.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet.
No story leaks. There's no leak. The only thing that we got leaked was that CM Punk rehearsed it. Rehearse what? That's what I'm saying. Let me get into this. Rehearse what? The scrum, that part? Yeah, of course that would be. I would definitely rehearse that part if they're going to say that there's a fight backstage. Maybe CM Punk and them wanted a vacation, but they wanted to keep names and stuff relevant. Maybe Young Bucks wasn't supposed to be the trios champ, but you couldn't have them lose. So they win, but then they lost the title. And then that goes back into, hey, this championship is starting to build momentum. And then the elite comes back and say, we want what's rightfully ours, which was what I said they should have done after, somebody wins and somebody say, hey, y'all only got it because I was injured. Let's get what's rightfully ours. It can still play that way. But the only way that they can play that way without them dropping it, without them losing it, hey, this is the only way that it could really happen. And now people still talking about it. I'm still talking about it. I didn't even want to talk about it, but I'm still talking about it. So this is it. And you kept conversations coming. Y'all got a huge bump in your audience the last couple of Dynamites.
Yeah, I got over 1 million.
Because people want to see what's going on. Hey, Triple H, you might want to take from that. Roman Reigns gets suspended. He lost his cool. He gets suspended. He got to vacate the title.
Oh.
Yeah. Damn. Vacate both titles. Let him vacate both titles and win one back. There. Let him vacate both titles. Sami Zayn wins. And this is not my theory. This is something I'm coming off the top of my head. Sami Zayn wins the title. Austin Theory cashes in. Austin Theory wins the title. Bloodline mad at Sami. Sami gets an opportunity. Or you pull out from the old Triple H Shawn Michaels handbook. Sami wins the title. Roman Reigns come back and he goes for the title. And he acts like he's mad at Sami. And then they get into a match. And then Sami falls on the ground. And for 3 minutes, Roman Reigns run over Sami Zayn back and forth like how Triple H did. And then he pins him for the 1, 2, 3. Then Sami Zayn gets up. It's a sense of nostalgia. Oh, worked perfectly, Triple H. I'm putting this and I'm going to do that.
If you do that, woo.
See? And so if that is a possibility, why can't this whole thing be fucking a work? But that's it. We actually going to go. There ain't nothing else to talk about. If nobody told you they love you, we love you and all that good stuff. Keep watching wrestling and we are out. Peace.
Crazy guy.
Yeah, actually. But that